So you look like you're having a blast in this movie.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
It's such a wild performance. Can you
Thanks.
talk a little bit about the evolution of your performance from Chris D'Amico to the motherfucker?
Of course, yeah. What I love about this one is that he knows exactly who he is now, because in the first one, he was struggling to find himself. He didn't know if he should be Red Mist with Kick-Ass or if he should be on the bad side with his dad. He was trying to be accepted by both people, so he was kind of at a loss of who he is. And in this one, he knows exactly who he's supposed to be, who's the motherfucker, and he's supposed to kill Kick-Ass.
Is it tricky kind of balancing out the comedic and the evil elements of the character? Because even though he does some pretty despicable things in the movie, you're still supposed to like him and enjoy watching him.
Well, thank you. I think, it wasn't a challenge. I don't think, like, oh, this should be played comedically and, oh, this should be played dramatically. I think that the character is a sociopath, and, he goes to the dark side, so he doesn't want to play it for humor.
Right.
He thinks he's, the Joker. He thinks he's the worst villain out there, but underneath that mask is just a 17-year-old boy. And I think that's where the humor comes from, is Jeff's writing, where it's like, this is such evil, dark things he's doing, but it's just a young boy doing it, and that's kind of where the humor comes from.
I have to ask about the costume, which is just this insane, incredible
crazy, man.
leather getup. I mean, is that an uncomfortable thing to be wearing?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you look at that thing, and you're like, that guy's uncomfortable.
Essentially.
It was like 7 separate pieces. Took 30 minutes to get on. There was like 5 people that had to help me put it on. It was really exhausting to wear.
Does it bring out the motherfucker?
It does. It definitely, when you wear it, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, okay, this looks really cool. Yeah.
Was there any one sequence in the film that was particularly fun to play or challenging?
There were 2 scenes. There's a scene where I visit my uncle in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
That was a more dramatic scene that I was nervous for, but I thought I did a good job with it. And then there was a scene where I act opposite Jim Carrey that was just surreal, because he's one of my favorite actors of all time. Like, when I was younger, his movies were like the reason I love comedy. So to act opposite him was amazing.
And you always hear that he's like very method on set.
He is.
What's that like?
He trusts himself and his instincts, so he'll do a take that's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes long, and he'll improvise, and he'll do it over and over, and then the director will come in and be like, oh, I think we got it, and he's just kind of like, no, I don't feel comfortable with it, and he does it until he feels good about it, which is pretty inspiring to watch. It is.